Mama Gert. I don't have Gert, actually. Hi, this is D Ocean, and I'm here. Pretty sure I'm here. I could be in several other locations at the same time because I'm interdimensional. But I'm here right now talking to you so that we can do our deep woo discussions about whatever's interesting at the moment. And so I'm sorry I'm on late. I'm on really late, but I hurt my arm. I have been doing like way too much, and so I've been kind of randomly hurting myself a little. Oh, there he is. Okay, hold everything. Stop everything. We've got an emergency with His Highness. What? What do you need, baby? Ow. Come here where people can see you. Come here, honey. Oh, brow. Come here. People want to see you. This is Cowboy, my co-pilot. My little Lyran assistant, or the furry overlord, or my co-star. No, it's really his channel, and I'm just here to run things for him, so, because he cannot be bothered to do that himself. He is royalty, so, right, he needs his back scratched, his belly rubbed, and that kind of stuff, and is far too busy for the grunt work, so he leaves that to me. But it's really his channel, right? Yes. He's got all the girls' hearts on a string, and some of the guys too. Oh yes. You're a saucy kitty. You are. You're a sweet boy. Look at how much he's slimmed down. Isn't that amazing? He's really slimmed down a lot. He's getting up on the bed without help. He doesn't need his footstool anymore. He's just really doing well. Aren't you, baby? You're doing really well. And he's pretty happy kitty, as you can hear from all the purring. So Cowboy is doing great. And of course, me being mom, I'm looking after him. And he's a happy boy. So, he's a happy kitty. And I am going to get out my other device. And why is that? Because, oh, Desiree, how are you doing, honey? And Elderberry. And Joseph Lil, maybe. Hi there. I gotta get in and make the print bigger on my machines. From a distance, I cannot read that. So, wonderful people. I'm so glad you showed up, because I guess I'm going to be on at kind of odd times. Once again, I get the sleepies. I did have Epstein-Barr, and I guess, well, it stays with you, unfortunately, makes you sleepy at odd times. And I hurt my arm because I'm trying to do too many things at once. It's nothing serious, so don't worry about me. It's just some pain, and it'll be over. It's not that bad, but I do need to rest, so I'm not going to be on real late. Um, by the way, things are okay. Kids are doing great. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that, Desiree. You guys deserve that. You've been through so much. How's Woo? How's Derek? Uh oh, I'm gonna have to see who is that. You are so pretty. Oh, hi, Nora. Hi, how you doing? And somebody made a no message. Okay, well, people making no messages, quit doing that. This is only a party for nice people. Hello, Jacqueline. Jacqueline. Ronnie Purdy. Hi. Danielle. Hi. How you doing? So, anyway, there you are. Are you feeling a little blue now? Feeling a little blue, Desiree? Hi, Danielle. Rhode Island. Hello, sweetie. Welcome. Rhode Island. Wow. One of the other states that's got its own volume in the weird encyclopedias. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Ohio's got its own volume. It's got that much weird going on. And so does Rhode Island. So we should understand each other pretty well, right? um, Rhode Island. I didn't know anybody from Rhode Island before. I don't think. Or maybe I didn't know it or something. I don't know. Hang on a minute. I'm going to go on my other device so I can read you. There you are. Got to turn it down so we don't have an echo chamber. So, what da da da. Oh, good. Okay. Hey, Josh. Oh, it was Josh that said that. Uncle Fester. Josh, you're Uncle Fester. You're just joshing me, right? Anyway, you're Uncle Fester. No, you're just Fester. Anyway, Zilly. Oh, he said that. Oh, good Lord. Hey, Jalen. Um, oh God, there are people that come in here that are just, they're off the wall and unemployed probably. They're like unemployed, living in their parents' basements and or something, because they have no other thing to do except come on and try to cause trouble somewhere for somebody else. They got nothing else to do with their lives, I guess. It just makes me laugh. Ah, like, dude, get a girlfriend, get a room. It's not our problem. Okay. All of my vibes. Oh, thank you, Danielle. The world is angry and full of hate. And yeah, that's true. Honestly, Danielle. You know, sad, isn't it? And I'm not full of hate and I'm not angry and I'm not afraid. I'm so thankful that I'm not. I'm not any of those things. I used to be, but I'm not now. I'm actually quite a bit better than I used to be because really, I've had my times. But these days, things are good. Things are pretty good. I still have my hills to climb, don't we all? And the hills aren't as steep. I've kind of got the hang of some of this now. I'm even uh, doing some things that I never thought I'd do. Um, I'm, but you know what? I stay fairly close to home right now because people are kind of crazy. You never know how, when they're going to just, turn nuts on you. And there's people around where I live that I don't completely trust either. you know, but that doesn't mean I'm afraid. That just means like I'm going to be careful. But I'm in a fairly safe place, though. I'm on the edge of the country, and it's beautiful. I'm in a beautiful location. My place is pretty nice. It's comfortable. It's never big enough for me though, ever, but it's way bigger than my last place. And I have a lot to be thankful. And that's next month. But this month is Samhain and Halloween. And I'm wearing my Batman. You know what? I just got out all my Halloween stuff. My clothing, I thought I'd wear something Halloweenish. And I have like a pile of it. And they're like, I should have got this out at the beginning of the month and just kept wearing one every day. I could wear one every day all month. I'll have to remember that next time. But yeah, I have quite a few Halloween items now that I should be wearing. I may wear them in November though, so there. Anyway, so, but I don't have to surround it on it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Our werewolves of London. Hello, Elderberry. Why are you howling at Desiree? Life is so precious that tomorrow's not promised. That's right. Yeah, well, I don't even think about that. I keep my mind focused on I'm going to be, how healthy I'm going to be, how vibrant I'm going to be, how I'm going to beat the odds. Um, One thing I've learned is, and it's very hard. It's very hard at first because we're taught just the opposite way. We're taught to awfulize. We're taught to worry about the future. It's only safe thing to do is to keep, concerning ourselves with the future. But the truth is, you help create that future for yourself. So if you do, the best thing you can do is, one of the secrets of life is whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. So if you're looking for the good stuff, you're going to find it. If you keep looking for the good stuff, you're going to start to find that. You got to keep with it because your subconscious is really more in charge than any of us want to think. And our subconscious is a part of us that we can't see, that nobody sees, except sometimes through things that happen out here. and our own mannerisms and stuff. But it's an iceberg. I call our consciousness a lot like an iceberg. We only see the very tip of it, and most of us is submerged, and nobody ever sees it. So not even us sometimes. So, aroo at you too, aroo. What are you doing? Look into your eyes. I'm hypnotized. What? So, oh, I can't show you Cowboy. He's taking a bath. It, he's just, he doesn't care if you look at him taking. Yeah, there's a few things that I've learned. One is don't ask the universe questions that you really don't want the answer to. Don't do that. Like, don't say things like, how can it get any, worse? And it's, don't say that, because that's like a dare to the universe, isn't it? It's like, oh, you think things are, I'll show you. Okay, if that's what you want. Yeah. The thing to always ask yourself is, how did they get better? How does things get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And life will show you how it can get better. So always ask that. Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. And then focus on the good things about the answers, because sometimes it shows up real weird, man. You're like, this is our answer. Speaking of coming up weird, oh, allergy season. But okay, that was really a bunch of doobies. No, it wasn't. Not really. But yeah, sometimes things come up a little weird, like I hurt my arm, but that just means I need to rest. Usually, if I hurt myself, it's like, girl, you need to lie the freak down. You're trying to fight it. You're trying to fight your impulse to get some rest, and you need your rest. So, yeah, you know what? That's another thing. Yeah, don't let people hear. Never let them see you sweat. Never let them hear your negative stuff. And as a matter of fact, don't even vocalize it to yourself, because vocalizing is a vibration of frequency. And how we speak has a lot to do with our lives. A lot of times, too, it's also about how we frame things. Like, I could be really upset about hurting my arm, but I know that it just means I've been getting pinged to lie down and sleep, and I don't want to, because I got so many things I want to do, including the show. But my body is saying, no, you actually need some sleep, because I've been kind of on a tear doing a whole bunch of new things, and I have all this paperwork I've got to get in, and I've been working on that. I've been working on fixing all the weird little snafus that go on when you're working on a bunch of paperwork. And so it's been really interesting. But in the midst of all that, to keep myself happy, I have discovered something. I have decided to try some things that kind of scare me. And I've been a bakophobe for a while. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? Sounds completely ridiculous. I'm bakophobic. I'm not bakophobic anymore like I was, but I am a great cook. I mean, I cook stuff that will put you right into a foodgasm, okay? I mean, people throw back their heads and they go, oh, because it's so good, right? And I love to do that. I mean, I just love people enjoying what I make. And I love to make good food, and I love to make people happy too. I mean, that way it's, I have some cancer in my chart, Cancerian, the little crab that it's domestic goddess stuff. So, but baking scares me because whereas cooking is like jazz and art, it's an art. You can throw things into the lesson. If it isn't quite right, you throw something else in and then it's better. And it's like, ooh, now it's really good. But no, that's not like baking. Baking is chemistry. Baking is, ooh, you better get it right or you're going to flop it. So you have to have a little bit more awareness. Now, if you're Amish, there's this Amish girl on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen her, but she doesn't even look. She's like staring into your soul, into the camera, into the very soul of you. And she's got her measuring cup and she just goes into her measuring cup and puts it in the bowl, just like that without even looking, right? And she stirs it up and she does her thing and it always turns out great. And I'm like, what kind of sorcery is this? She isn't even looking at it, and it's turning out great. Is it really as scary as I think it is? Maybe not. Maybe it's not that scary. Maybe I can do that. I got to get over that. So that's a small fear that I thought, I'm going to get over that. And I'm going to bake some cool stuff. The other thing is, I'm on a kick right now where I want to know how to make all my own stuff with my own kitchen, with my own ingredients, so it can be healthy, so I can quit poisoning myself, right? Because most of the stuff we get off the shelf is tainted, it's poison, it's got crap in it that we don't want. So I thought, okay, I'm going to learn some stuff. Well, I'm learning fermenting too. And I'm going to I have the start of sourdough starter that I started myself, not from somebody else's, but my own. Because as I studied it, it's like, oh, heck, you can do this, yourself. Well, heck, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just grow some sourdough starter, have my own little dynasty going. So I'm already fermenting. Fermenting, I don't know if you know, but it's one of the healthiest things you can do. Human beings are mostly bacteria. We're not mostly what we think of as us. Every single thing that we do, we've got some kind of beneficial bacteria helping us with it. And if we have non-beneficial bacteria overgrowth, that makes us sick. Or not enough of the beneficial stuff, like not enough of the right stuff to digest your food, then you're going to be sick, right? So I said, okay, one of the best things you can do is learn fermentation. And just about everything you make through fermentation. But what is fermentation? And this is really funny. Let me see. Wait a minute. What chat is doing? Wahaha. Okay. Hey, Lewis. You're not as late. You're only kind of late. It's okay. I'm on really late. The thing about it is if you can get your gut biome to be happy, you're going to be happier. I guarantee it. You'll feel better and you'll be in a happier mood. A lot of our mood has to do with our gut biome. Isn't that weird, man? It's like, which kind of bacteria are winning in us? Since we're mostly bacteria. Weird, man. I'm like, whoa. Oh, so it's really important because in my mom's era, Unfortunately, they were trying to kill all bacteria. They saw bacteria as the enemy, and they were trying to kill it all. And they thought that was going to make them healthier. But the problem with that is we do have good bacteria that keep you alive. So isn't that an interesting problem to have? Okay, so how do you kill the bad stuff and keep the good stuff? Problem is pharmaceuticals don't do that. They're indiscriminate. They'll just kill everything. Turns out nature has ways of doing that. Nature has ways of doing that. That's how come we're still around after thousands of years. We still exist. Nature has ways of sorting it all out if you give it a little boost and don't try to stop it. And part of that boost is fermented stuff, oddly enough. Weird, huh? And what is fermentation but intentional spoilage in a positive and creative way? And that's exactly what it is. If you set stuff up right, then only the beneficial bacteria are going to grow. And then when you eat it, it adds to your beneficial bacteria quotient and you feel better in general. And since I'm trying to get rid of some stuff that I've had for a very, very, very long time, I thought, man, this is worth pursuing, right? This is like a frontier, a macro, and then there's the macro, it's three-eye atlas. Whoa, our buddies on three-eye, hello, shout out to you guys, love you, and who's on there. We'll talk about that. We've talked about that in another show, but three-eye atlas, and we may talk about it in this show too. But anyway, I've got my own colonies brewing now. I'm brewing wine. I've been brewing wine for a little while. I make my own fermented like sauerkraut and stuff, which is completely different from any kind of sauerkraut that we have in the States. What we have in the States is stinky and nasty and and it's dead, basically. Whereas if you make it yourself, it's going to be alive and have the right stuff in it, okay? So absolutely different creature. I would not touch store-bought sauerkraut. No way. No freaking way. Okay, yeah, knowing what I know. So it's 8 p.m. where you are here in a whole different time. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. So I made my own sourdough starter. I'm working on that. And then one of my kefir bottles looked all kind of swollen, and I'm like, oh, that must mean it's alive in there. And sure enough, I fed it some milk, and it made more kefir. And it was delicious. I don't know if you know about kefir, but it's actually very beneficial. So, man, I'm hitting it out of the ballpark. And then I made my first loaf of bread, which was great, out of spelt, which is an ancient grain. So it wasn't even regular bread, but I made it and it was great. And I guess I made a perfect loaf. And then I made another loaf and it was also perfect. I'm like, wow, I'm doing great. And then I made a few sweetbreads. I had all of this fruit going mushy in the fridge, and when it goes mushy, then it's time to bake with it. Oddly enough, that's at its sweetest. It's time to bake with it. It's not good for eating regularly. But I made a fruit cake it's like banana bread, right? Except it's had pears and let me see, pears, bananas, and the bananas are pretty much liquid, which is okay if you're baking banana bread. Liquid is okay. So is all this fruit. I forget what all I put in there, but it was delicious, man. It was absolutely delicious. And I made it with, I think, einkorn flour, which is like an ancient grain. That was great. I made several other things. That was great. It was all great. I'm like, wow, is this typical? And I'm using ChatGPT to tell me, the recipes and stuff, and it gives me all the, like, I don't have that. What can I use? And it says, oh, you can use this. And it's like, oh, cool. Oh, cool. I can substitute. So it was helping me with all substitutions and stuff because I didn't have everything. And I didn't, I hate looking through thousands of recipes for just trying to figure out what to do with leftovers. I hate that. So, it's given me all the change proportions and what I can do. And it seems to be pretty right about that kind of thing. So I'm making it, and it's like, I am turning out this wonderful stuff every time. And I'm telling it, I have it's a beet SCOBY. It's not kombucha, but growing in beet water. There's a SCOBY, a beet SCOBY, which is a little life form, looks filmy, grown in my beet water, which is beneficial. So it said, no, that's good. You can use that. That's great. That's fermenting. It's like, cool, right? And so I'm also, like I said, I hit the kefir perfect. It's really frothy and bubbly and effervescent. It's like so good. It's like effervescent milk product. Fizzy milk. It's like pop, but it's milk. It's like, and then you can flavor it whatever way you want to flavor it. I made dessert kefir. Usually it's some kind of fruit flavor. I made dessert kefir. I made it chocolate. And it was so good. It's all fizzy and bubbly. It's so good. And I'm looking around, and it's like I have this shelf full of stuff. It's all alive. I realized I got colonies living in my home of little mini microscopic beings. Honestly, that's what fermenting is. You're harboring millions and millions and billions of little tiny microscopic helpful beings. I'm like, I'm some kind of fermentation goddess. Because, I'm saying, well, ChatGPT, it looks like I got more kefir. And it's like, oh, wow, you mean one of the strains of kefir is somehow it's alive and it's growing for you? Somehow what's in the kefir is growing for you? A lot of times that doesn't work out. It's like, well, it's working out in my case. And it says, whoa, that's pretty lucky. And like every single time, it's like, whoa, you got a SCOBY. And I got in my vinegar, I got a SCOBY that looks like the mothership. I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to make a video to show you some of this weird looking stuff. Looks like a huge mothership in my vinegar. And of course I'm making wine, and of course I'm making meat, and so I'm doing all of this stuff, and it's actually making me very happy. I have a wonderful time doing this stuff. This is actually very fun to watch it grow. It's like it's like having all these little new pets, right? It's like I got pets sitting on the shelf. You got to feed them, regularly in order for them to grow and stuff. So I got all these little pets, these little microbial pets, beneficial bacteria pets. And I'm thinking to myself, and somehow they're all growing like crazy. So what am I on and on about is like, I am feeling better. I have decided that I'm going to feel better. I'm somehow going to get myself back to health because I've been sick for a very, very long time, since college. And I ended up with Epstein-Barr, and I ended up with fibromyalgia and all kinds of autoimmune problems. And autoimmune problems are probably the hardest to get rid of. But all of this is going to help me do that. And so I'm just having so much fun watching this stuff grow. It's much better than a pet rock or some stupid stuff like that. Or one of those pocket pets like that's, on the, like they used to have on the phones and stuff. Oh, you're Batman? Hey, John. How you doing, Batman? I'm going to go to your channel right now. And I'm going to pick something and save it so that I don't forget to go over there and see and watch later. Okay? So that I don't forget to go over there and see your stuff. Everybody go take a look at John's stuff over on his channel. Okay? You can drop your link if you want to, but you can now just click their name again like it used to be and go right to their channel. Isn't that great? We really, we complained about that. It's like, hey, I used to be able to just go to somebody's channel just by clicking their name. And now, they took that away, but now that's back. So this is great. So go click John's name and go look at what he's got over there. So anyway, I'm doing all this fermentation stuff. I'm a fermenting goddess now. I have all these little new pets and colonies and stuff in my kitchen. And my kitchen I have a whole corner of life. It's almost like alien life. We don't know what they're really like. We don't know what they look like. We know they make us feel good. That's all we know. And I keep thinking, I'm doing this all right around the time of 3i Atlas. So what's the related thing about that? Well, we're not sure about what all's on 3i Atlas either, are we? So it's kind of funny, the macrocosm, the microcosm. We, I don't know. I'm just sitting there going, wow, what if, actually, I'm going to say there's life on 3i Atlas. And I'll tell you right now, there's also life on the moon. And how do I know there is? Even if there wasn't before, there is now, because we left some. If we ever did go to the moon. Because you can't go anywhere without taking bacteria with you. So even if there was nothing anywhere our machine set down, there is, because it would take it with it. So we're colonizing without even knowing we're colonizing. Isn't that a weird thought? It's just what life does, isn't it? Isn't it weird that people think colonists? I mean, you can argue that, but that just seems to be what life does. It just makes all kinds of little colonies. Oh, you used to love that happy and it's back. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Hey, kitty. You gotta have faith. I gotta have faith, baby. So I'm talking about colonizing good health. And I know it sounds like a wild ramble, but it makes me happy. You know what? It's like working in a kitchen. I just love it. I find myself, if I'm, kind of feeling a little down and I go in the kitchen, I start making something, and it really takes my mind off of it, and I start getting happy and I start feeling good. And I mean, before I ever even eat anything. So I'm like, wow, this is cool, man. I got to keep doing this. So now I'm not just making like regular food. I'm also doing baked goods, and I'm doing fermented stuff, and it's making me happy. And the interesting thing is about something like kefir literally translates to feeling good or good feeling. And it does make you feel good. And to make my own kefir, my own delicious kefir, fuzzy, effervescent milk. It's like pop, but it's actually beneficial to you. And you can flavor it any way you want. It's kind of like cheesecake, you know? It reminds me of cheesecake. Whatever I flavor it with, it kind of it has a little bit of a cheesecake scent and a cheesecake taste. I love cheesecake. So, I'm having a wonderful time making kefir. How isn't that crazy? Is that crazy, or is that just a woman having fun with her life over something very simple? But I'm thinking how much happier our lives would have been back when we did that all the time. I mean, if that alters our moods, and maybe this is the crux of what I'm trying to get at in this show, that alters our mood. Literally, your gut biome alters your mood. Having beneficial bacteria as part of your body alters your mood. How much happier we were. We must have been so happy. Maybe that's the good old days we all vaguely remember, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of it in so long. Once upon a time, we must have been very happy, drinking our kefir and eating our pickled whatever beets or whatever, and baking our sourdough bread and with ancient grains. And the interesting thing about the ancient grains is it has a softer form of gluten that doesn't really hurt you as much. It's easier to digest, so that's another thing. All this gluten intolerance is from modern wheat, not old-fashioned wheat, not their original stuff. And the lectins in the wheat also can have a factor, because plants produce lectins, and lectins are toxins that they use to keep things from eating them. But when you sprout them, it breaks the lectins. And in the case of bread, it also breaks the gluten down. So you're nerfing the bread so it's safe to eat. I still wouldn't recommend it for celiac people. But you're nerfing the bread so it's safe to eat. You're nerfing that grain completely because, the ancient grains have a lot less of the stuff that hurts us. So they're like, how happy were we at one time when we had real food, before we just got roped into eating all this food-like substance that isn't real food? We must have been so much happier all the time. I'm like, wow, it must have had quite an impact on our society. If you think about it, most people now, they seem to be, so many people are sad, scared, down, sick. What an impact. I'm not saying this is the Holy Grail, but I'm saying it's something worth pursuing. And I really feel like we've been duped. We've been handed fake for real. And we're so used to it, we can't put it down. Most of the time. I am. I haven't eaten at a fast food place in ages now. And I used to love the Chinese place in town that doesn't use MSG. I haven't even had that in a while now. Everything's pretty much lost me for a while. So I'm like, wow. So like now I make 80 to 90% of my own food, and I'm happier. I know everybody can't do that. Everybody doesn't have the time to do that, and I really think that's by design. Because, happy, healthy people are really hard to keep down, really hard to control. You need them sick and you need them fearful. if you really want to control people. So if you really want to be rebellious, start making your own stuff as much as you can and stop eating commercial crap, and you are a rebel, okay? If you do that, these days you sure are. Yes. So, right. If you're lactose intolerant, you can use something else. You don't need to use cow milk if cow milk isn't your thing. Okay, so really, I'm just telling you that's one of the other reasons I'm so happy. Right. Whatever gets you onto that vibe, this wonderful, happy, um, and I've said many times, raising your frequency. It's so important right now. And I think it's even more important now. Interestingly enough, isn't it the moon or something that 3i Atlas is going to be conjunct over Samhain? It's going to come very close to see what it is. Because you know and I know when they cut the feed, there's something there that they don't want us to see. Somebody doesn't want us to see that. It's threatening. There is no freaking way that just all of a sudden, oopsie doopsie, just as this item that our telescopes are made to see, that's why we got that thing there, but it's just going to accidentally cut out right as something comes along that we want to see. And most of us are saying, there ain't no way. That's bullshit, right? So we know that. But it's going to come so close that people can already see it. People already could see it when it went nearest Mars. So they started to see it, and then it's going to come even closer. And I think we're going to get disclosure because there's not going to be any other way. Because you're going to be able to see it. You know, what it really is. Whatever it is. With just cheap stuff that you have in your backyard. You don't need an expensive telescope. So it'll be very interesting. Being creative makes you happy. Really, Lee? Yeah, me too. Anything I do that's creative. Yeah. I think it's what we're meant to be like. Yeah. Yep, you were spinning. Oh yeah, it's turkey sale. Turkeys will be on sale. Ooh, turkey gravy with sweet potatoes. Yeah, people are going to say it's the end of the world. No, sir. No way. We already have. They haven't outrightly said it, but the stuff that I channel, the messages I've been getting, I feel that that's where they're from. Because they've been telling us for a long time they're coming. And we're getting near now, and we're going to be there physically this time. That's exactly what's happening. And I said that a long time ago. So my predictions, it's not really a prediction. They told me that they're coming. And that was before anybody saw this 3i Atlas thing. They told me they were on their way. That's why I'm saying this 3i Atlas is inhabited somehow. And Mr. Mission is fighting over it. He's saying, it's not a ship. And it's like, okay. But then again, what constitutes a ship? But it has life forms on it, he says. I'm there going, well, what constitutes a ship? I mean, the moon is artificial, right? I mean, maybe a lot of the planets are too. Something somebody built a long, long time ago. We're kind of getting that hint more and more often. that the planet's natural? Not exactly. Not exactly. And if that happens to be true, if we find out that that's true, then these things hurtling through the universe, couldn't that be somebody's technology for getting from point A to point B? There is such a thing as panspermia, which means that basically life colonizes from outer space, or whatever you want to think of it as. I mean, some of you don't believe in outer space, but I think a lot of questions are going to be answered soon. We're going to get some answers. So I'm very excited about that. Me and Cowboy are both waiting happily. There you go. Yeah, what actually is a ship these days? Do we even know? Yeah, the runes are Mr. Mission. Being creative hurts your bunghole. Yeah, gee, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, Lee, that's some lovely, lovely hobbies there. Lovely hobbies. Metalwork. Photography. Yeah, I like photography too. I would like gardening if I could have a garden here, but I can't. Panspermia means it's a big decay. Yeah, what if it is? What if that's how planets do it? But this is how planets do it. They just send it along and till it finds the right planet and just kind of, I mean, how do we know, right now? Oh, spicy food. Oh, you and your bunghole. I'm going to spank you one day. Maybe I'll bilocate and do it. Yeah. Because you're far away, so I can't just reach over and like smack you. So, okay, runes. I'm still going to call you Mission. Gagged and spanked. Oh no, you gag him, that'd just about kill him. He's got to have the air escaping every moment. Free air. Or he'll just bubble right over, explode, and wreck your kitchen. I'm making fermentation jokes. I'm naming my ferments. Yeah, I'm naming all my fermentation colonies, right? The sourdough starter, I called her Bubbles. She's my little pet. Bubbles. She's so cute, she bubbles up. So I called her Bubbles. And I called my kefir Frothy, Mr. Frothy, because that's what he's like. That's what the character is. Kind of interesting too, because bottled kefir will puff up, like something else. Mr. Frothy! Mr. Frothy's all puffed up again, ready for love, right? Oh, you're enjoying the 3i Atlas stuff. So, how'd you even do that with your name? That is kind of cool. So, you know what? And I'm really an advocate of having things that you do that's just for fun, that just makes your heart happy. You really need it. No, it's not It's mandatory. Mandatory. Mandatory that you have something in your life that makes you really happy to just do that. It doesn't have to be anything of too monumental importance. But I think humans always need some kind of purpose in life. They're happier when they have a purpose. When they're just wandering around loose with no purpose, they're not really very happy. When you suddenly have a purpose, it's different. So now it's interesting because one of my friends had a thing about she wanted to die, wanted to die. I don't know what's been taking care of her all these years, but something has, because she's actually got pretty good health. Then she had a situation where she almost really did die, and then she realized she doesn't want to die. Right? So then it's like, aha. Aha. This is great. So now you're telling me you really don't want to die. That's good. Also, she spontaneously decided, watching me do what I do, she started to ask the Reiki flow for her to be able to heal with her hands. And guess what? She's got it now. Because Reiki is available to anybody to do. And it's usually kept behind a paywall to know how to do that. But it isn't necessary to be. Reiki is something that can be started right now. If you're there and you want to do Reiki, you want to try it for yourself, we'll do it right now. Free. We'll start the Reiki flow for free. Just put your hands up and take it and say, yep, I accept it. And then how it develops is up to you. It does clear things out of you while you're clearing things out of other people. While you're healing other people, it does help you as well. So, yeah, I can feel that I need to clear out the stuff in my throat and my nose and everything pretty soon. I'm going to have to do all that. I'm going to have to sing. Singing does it. Singing clears me out. The vibration somehow really clears me out. Then I choke and cough my guts up, and then all of a sudden I'm better. So I'm going to have to do some of that. So now, and my intention is that anybody that wants to start Reiki, that you get it and you get the flow started right now. I ask for it to happen right now. Remember, Reiki cannot hurt you. It cannot. It just can't. Nothing it does is harmful. Sure. Cool. Yeah, happy Halloween. Yeah, have a purpose or just a... Yeah, you know what? People without... You're looking for haven? Mr. Cowboy. bring me some purrs. I need a fella with soft silky fur, with big green eyes and a cute little nose. I like to play with those little bean-shaped kitty cat toes. Yes, I do. Look at that cute little nose. Mr. Cowcat, please make him sweet. I want Don to come in on little cat feet. Yeah, he's a happy boy. He gets handmade. He gets his stuff custom made. Custom made. That guy. Custom made perpete. Rotisserie chicken. Delicately whirled in a blender until it's very fine. Mixed with bone broth to give him the collagen. And chilled so that it ends up kitty cat soft serve. He loves the stuff and will cry if I don't give it to him. And at first he didn't want it though. He was so hooked on canned food. So I stirred a little canned food in with it and a little less canned food in with it next time. And then by the third time he was eating it straight. And he hasn't gone back. We haven't gone back, have we, babe? No. Nope, we haven't gone back. Trump in The Shining. Here's Donnie. You can use a picture of my hallway. It looks like The Shining hallway. I've shown it to people a long time. I should do that for Halloween. I should be coming down. I should take a picture. I should take a video of it coming down my hallway. And then I should put some spooky twins at the back there. AI. Spooky twins, you know. Ah! Ah! Bootsy took her 6 kittens to the woods and they haven't come back. Wow. So they decided to go be wild. Oh. That's pretty good, Lewis. Spooky dog twins? Spooky dog twins. That sounds like a band, doesn't it? The Spooky Dog Twins. You know. What kind of music would that be? Spooky Dog Twins. Would it be Elvis? Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Me, I'm the Batgirl. Tonight, I'm the Batgirl. Some people say I'm just bats. 2-Dog Night. Wasn't as cold. You know the legend behind 3-Dog Night. 3-Dog Night means it's really freaking cold out. You need that many dogs to stay warm, right? Well, it's only a 2-Dog Night. It's not as bad. Things improved. Weather got better. It's only 2-Dog Night. Oh, boy, I'm silly. Okay. Here's Donnie. I like that, actually. Gavin Newscomb. There you go. Yeah, what twins am I going to put at the back of my hallway? I got to be careful here. I don't want to call anything. I haven't tried Sora yet. I'm going to have to try Sora. What is that symbol? I'm trying to look. A bat. Okay. Ba 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 ba. You're off to bed. You're still trying to recover from the AI coding and unconventional prompt engineering, racking your brain. What brain? No, it's okay, sweetheart. Okay. Well, thanks for dropping by, honey. I totally understand, man. It will hit me sometimes so hard, like you're gonna sleep and you're gonna do it now. Quit fighting it, and I'll fight it like an idiot. I'll fight it. I got a show. You need rest now. You need a rest. Okay. Because I've been burning bright all day. Sometimes we're burning bright like a freaking, you know, like a stadium bright all freaking day doing superhero stuff. Doing amazing superhero things, right? Like, how in the heck do you even do that? And then we wonder why we're fried. Gee, why do I feel so fried? Why do I feel like I've been run over with something? We do that. We do that. We burn very, very, very bright, and we wonder why we feel kind of burnt. Man, you need fuel. You need to rest. You need to cool down. You need a cool down period. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I never want to experience that with you, honey. That's what you feel like. Yeah, we are luminous. We are. We're not just loonies, we're luminous. Jimmy Neutron. Okay. Okay, so I guess why am I on tonight? Mostly because I kind of miss you guys when I'm not on. I wanted to come on earlier. I'm going to be on at different times because I really want to, grab some different people at different times, a little bit different crowd, see who comes in. Some people I'm going to have to be on earlier so that they can participate too, because some people are asleep by 8 o'clock. So, and I know that for a fact. God, I woke up fortunately, so I could come in here and do this tonight. But yeah, it's just going to have to be catch as catch can for a while, folks. Um, One thing I do want to do is I do want you to know that you're always in my thoughts. And when Paul and I are at talk, a lot of times, if we're doing some healing work, we send it out to everybody. We multiply it by sending it out and say, but not only this person, but anybody else that needs the healing. And that way it gets multiplied out. So to anybody who needs it, that's willing to accept it, which gets a lot more done at one time, right? So if some of you are catching that, I hope so. I hope it is helping. Yeah. Yes, we are really luminous beings. You might turn into a bat. Okay, John. Yeah, I'm going to have to come on earlier. I'm wanting to start coming on at 6 o'clock my time. But I've been kind of... Sometimes 6 o'clock isn't even... I just kind of go... I have to have a nap. All the plans. Okay, of mice and men. Okay, good night, love. Well, I've been hitting it for an hour too, and I'm trying to keep my shows to about an hour. So I'll go just a little bit longer to see if anybody else comes in that needs a hug. If anybody else comes in that needs a hug, and if not, and if you don't, and you only see it later, then here's your hug anyway, because I love you. Thank you so much for being part of my channel and part of my life. I have a Patreon. It's in my description, my channel description. So if you go to my channel, you want to be one of my Patreons to kind of help me along here. I'm hoping to eventually make enough that I can get onto a proper streaming service and have guests on again. But right now I'm having trouble with StreamYard and I'm having trouble having guests on. I'd love to have Alex on and Paul on again and some other people. So, but right now it's just a little bit beyond what I can do, because I'm also trying to, like I said, eat food that's not poisoning me. That, yes, it costs. I'm having to get really picky about what I choose. No fluffy crap, right? So, I mean, the vegetables I choose are like potatoes, beets, cabbage, because they last a long time. They're not very expensive, and that really helps. And if you get organic beets, you can eat the beet tops as well as the bottoms. They're very good for you. Tonight, I made my first spatzel. Wow, was it good. I made spatzel out of ancient grain, einkorn and spelt. So it's like, wow, it's good. If you've never had that, it's like Russian and German food would be food that makes you, that really strengthens you because they have such a harsh climate. You know, I mean, the places where they have a harsh climate, they gotta have food that's going to sustain them, really, or they're not going to make it. So anyway, so I'm about to say goodnight myself too. And so if you like Ocean's Deep Ooh, the Ocean's Deep Ooh, what we're doing these days, please make me happy. It would make me happy and bubbly even more if you give me a like and maybe make a comment when it comes back up and have some engagement so that YouTube promotes me. And, you know, that would be really cool beans. And remember, the truth is where you find it, not always where you think it's going to be. Sometimes it pops up and surprises you. Hope you're always finding it, though, on my channel. And don't forget that you're divine. Okay? You have a spark of God. You're divine. And you do have a lot to do with the way the world goes. So if you improve yourself, you actually do improve the world because you're part of that. So isn't that a wonderful thing? If you improve yourself, you have improved the world. It's a pretty good trade. Okay, I love you very much. Oh. I think Samhain is going to be very special this year. I'm going to try to be on a little bit. We'll see. Okay, good night.